Is there any quarterback that you would give up the second pick for? Is this a? I had an argument with Josh Jordan yesterday.
Any number of
our conversation. We do videos for YouTube, and the boys in there, Brandon and Josh, they listen and they here's what you guys said, and guess what? We don't agree with you, Josh. I don't agree with you.
I think you got to swing at quarterback, man. You're this high up in the draft. There's no guarantee you'll be this high up next year. We're always saying the next group of quarterbacks the next year is going to be better. I'm just tired of waiting. I'm tired of the Davis Mills thing.
Josh's opinion is that you have to take a quarterback with that second pick, regardless. I'm sick of it. We got to, you know what? Shoot our shot. Let's go. I'm tired of. I don't want to see Davis Mills. I don't want to see Derek Carr. I don't want to see any of these retreads. I want to see a young quarterback that we develop and we're going to win football games with. But your and I opinion was, if the Colts move up to number 1 and take Bryce Young, if you don't believe in that guy, that's number 2. Because guess what? Apparently, has anybody forgotten what Zach Wilson did?
What if everyone's,
did no one watch the Jets this year?
I've noticed a lot of people are on board with this idea if it's CJ Stroud, but all of a sudden they don't like the idea of drafting quarterback if it's Will Levis, for example. Here's the deal. You're saying just draft quarterback. Right. We're saying draft guy you like.
No.
You can't draft guy you don't believe in.
You know how far you set yourself back? The Jets have done a really good job in acquiring players, so they're not set back. They need a quarterback. Yes, they absolutely need a quarterback. But they used the number 2 pick. You know what the number 2 pick could have been? A really, really good football player for 10, 12 years in your organization. Instead, it's Zach Wilson, who was there for 2 years, and you got to get rid of him.
It could have been Micah Parsons.
It
could have been Patrick Surtain.
Oh, yeah. A bunch of – it could have been all of the guys because you
Can you imagine Surtain and Sauce?
Oh, my gosh. I mean, unbelievable. You'd be set for 10 years, 12 years. Mm-hmm. The number 2 guy is historically Ryan Leaf, Robert Griffin, Zach Wilson, a bunch of guys because you don't believe in the guy, but because you got to have a quarterback, because your fan base is pressuring you. You can't do that. You can't go about your business that way. You got to get the right guy. And if you don't believe that any of these guys, other than Bryce Young, is a quarterback for the future, a franchise quarterback, then you don't take him because that is such a waste, a setback for the organization.
Right. I'm not a believer in drafting somebody you don't believe in. If you just say draft quarterback, that's no good to me. You got to draft because quarterback is one that you can't get away from as easily. And even when you do like Zach Wilson, you still have financial obligations for the next 2 years. You still have 2 years of financial obligations. Not to mention, if they play just okay enough, you get stuck with like the uncertainty of knowing. So you end up going 3 years with them, like Sam Darnold, or 4 years with them. So that's the other dangerous thing is 3 to 4 years of uncertainty, and then you're picking up a 5th-year option. Before you know it, you got 5 years of mediocrity. I mean, look at where you are with Daniel Jones right now. And I know that's maybe not the best example, but you had really 3 years of not good football with Daniel Jones. Now, some of it you have to question, all right, how much is this Daniel Jones and how much – because he started off actually pretty well, and then he fell off. And then he got his running back. They built the offensive line. He's better now. Now they're sitting there thinking, oh, my gosh, what do we pay this guy now? Like, we don't feel like he's worth $40 million, yet that's where you're sitting. So, I don't know. I just know this. If you tell me you just got to do something, you got to draft quarterback. Okay, then don't be upset when they draft quarterback that you don't like.
And he sucks.
He sucks, or if they draft quarterback you don't like. If you say they've got to do something, then don't be upset when it's something that you don't like.
Yeah.
When it's a quarterback, because what they're doing is drafting quarterback. I'm just saying, and you're saying, draft a guy that you believe in.
That you believe.
Hopefully you believe in at least 2 quarterbacks in this draft, hopefully.
Well, but listen, lately – you know what you should use it on if you want to look at historically? Not the second pick. The second pick has sucked. The 12th pick would be the pick to get him. Patrick Mahomes, 10. Deshaun, 11.
Yeah, but will he be there? I think Stroud and Levis will be off the board.
We don't know that Levis is going to be the best quarterback. It could be Anthony Richardson.
I'm just saying they're going to be gone. I'm just saying 3 quarterbacks are going to be gone inside the top 10 picks. I think that's going to happen now. So now you got to hope that one of those guys, and so you have to have a belief in all 4 of them, honestly.
Yeah.
Like to wait until 12, you got to have a belief in all of them.
Or you only believe, you don't believe in those guys, but you don't waste the second pick
Well, if you like Levison If you like Levis, Richards, so if you like all four, then you move out of, and Bryce Young is your clear number one, then maybe you move from 1 to 5. Now here's the problem: 5 could look at quarterback. So if 5 were to move up to 2, which is not John Schneider, I believe that's Seattle. It's not really his MO, to be honest with you, to move up in a draft. It's always to move out. He rarely drafts in the first round anyway, but he's rarely drafting 5th. So you could, theoretically trade with pick number 5, pick number 6, maybe somebody who wants defense.
Yeah.
So if you trade back, you want to say, okay, we know for a fact they're not drafting quarterback. So then you have to fade, pick number 3, 4, 5, and maybe you still get a quarterback you like and you pick up draft capital.
Well, if Anthony Richardson is your favorite quarterback, and you don't mind the ceiling and the floor, then you know what? Then trade back. Or trade back, get out of there, and wait on him and get your guy, plus get picks. 713-780-3776 is the number. But don't just take a quarterback because he's a quarterback. Good Lord.
Take a player. You're drafting a player. You're not drafting a position. You're drafting a player.
Yeah.